you know, all of them tears gon' come and go. Baby, just gotta make up your mind that every little thing's gonna be alright.
Hello beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. This week I am doing Blackpool week on my channel, and if you don't know what it is, then go and check out Monday's video where I explain it all. But basically I am uploading a video every day this week in the lead up to Blackpool Pleasure Beach opening weekend. And in today's video I'm talking about changes that I think Pleasure Beach should make, because don't get me wrong, like, I love Pleasure Beach so much. It's my favourite place on the planet. It's my home. It's my escape from all the crappy things in life. Like, I absolutely adore that place. It has my whole entire heart, and I just, you know, it's my favourite place on the entire planet. So there isn't a lot that I would change, but there is like a few things that I would like to see change in the near future, and just sort of things that they could probably like improve on and stuff. So yeah, I have like a list of things that I think they should improve on or should change. So yeah, let's get straight into it. So the first thing I have on my list is that season pass holders should have our own entrance, because I feel like if you're a season pass holder, like, you can go to the information desk and you can get your wristband from there, or you can just go to like the main entrance and get your wristband from there as well, or you can go to, oh, what is it called, there's like an entrance for the arena, you can go in there as well. But I just feel like season pass holders, like, we should have our own dedicated season pass entrance. I feel like it would just make things a hell of a lot easier, and I know that they're probably like, they don't have the budget for that, they don't have enough staff, etc, etc. There's, you know, there's so many reasons why they probably haven't done this yet, but I just think it would be so nice for people who have a season pass to just have our own entrance and just be sort of treated a bit more like valued, because we kind of get treated like any other customer, but we've sort of paid all of this money for a season pass, which means that we're very like committed to Pleasure Beach, like we come here quite a lot. So it would be nice if we could just have our own dedicated entrance. I feel like they have the room for it, like there is quite a lot of room outside the ticket centre where you go and get your bags checked and everything. That whole outside of that space is massive, so I feel like it would be really nice if they could just sort of do like a season pass entrance around there or something. I also think they should hold like season pass events as well. Again, I know that they kind of don't have the budget for that, but it would be so nice to see. Like, Merlin do loads of like annual pass holder events, which I think is really cool, and hopefully I'll get to go to some of those this year. But Pleasure Beach don't do anything like that, and I just feel like it would be nice, like, if they could just sort of value their season pass holders a little bit more, and if they could like just put on season pass events and stuff, like, that would be so cool. But the main thing for me about a season pass is having our own dedicated entrance, or we could have like self-service type things where we just sort of scan our season passes and then a wristband and an entry pass like comes out of the machine and whatever. My next one is about the speedy pass system. I am kind of like not a fan of the speedy pass system. I'd rather you just sort of get given like fast track tickets and then you just sort of go to whichever ride you want to use your fast track on, kind of like how Merlin do it. I just kind of don't like the fact that you have to like book your time for that ride and then you have to be there for that certain time, and the fact that you have to sort of carry a little like gadget around with you. Like, I don't know, like, I'm not a fan. I'd rather just sort of buy a fast track and then go to whichever rides I want to go to with that fast track. And I just think like speedy pass, people who have a speedy pass should be prioritised a little bit more. Like, I mean, yeah, they are, no, that came out wrong. They are prioritised, but I feel like stuff with like the big one, they need to figure out a better way of doing it, and I feel so bad for like kind of slating them a little bit for this, because I don't know how else they could actually do it. But I feel like on the big one with speeder pass holders, it's always just so hectic because the speeder pass people are like queuing down the exit line, and if it's a busy day, that speeder pass queue can actually become a really big queue, and then people who are coming off the ride kind of have to like squeeze past the speeder pass queue, and I don't know, like it's not a very good like way of doing it. I feel like especially on the big one. With other rides it's kind of not that bad, but it's mainly with the big one. I just feel like speeder pass needs to be organised a bit better. And it's also annoying, like if you've been queuing for like the back row or like the front row specifically and you wanted that seat, and then a speeder pass comes along and takes it like 2 or 3 times in a row sometimes, it's so annoying because you're waiting there, you're like, okay, this is my turn, I've been waiting about an hour, let's go, and then a speeder pass just comes and takes your seat. Like, it's so annoying. But I don't really know how they'd get around that because obviously, you know, it's just it's what speeder pass is there for. Like, you know, they have to be prioritised. They've paid all this money to not queue up for about an hour, so they should be let on first. Like, it's understandable, but I just feel like they need a better sort of system, and they kind of need to have like their own speeder pass queue lines, especially for the big one. And yeah, I don't know, I feel like they should still keep the name speeder pass, but speeder pass I think should be just a completely different system. I feel like that's a very unpopular opinion, and I'm gonna get so much hate for this video and all of my opinions in this video, but it's just my opinion, it's just what I think, it's just my point of view on things. But yeah, I don't know, it would just be nice to see it sort of improved a little bit. My next one is that on off-peak days, if it's busy, more of an effort should be made, because we all know how last year's opening weekend went. It wasn't great. It was a bit of a disaster, and I'm very I feel like it's not going to be the same this year, but I'm very skeptical about it being like that this year. Like, I'm very apprehensive, is that the right word? I think it is. But yeah, I'm very apprehensive about like going this weekend. Like, I'm so excited, I can't wait to just get back in Pleasure Beach, but I'm just really hoping that it's not going to be a disaster like it was last year. So yeah, sometimes on like off-peak days, things like Big One and Infusion and stuff, I was about to say Revolution, not Revolution, Big One and Infusion and stuff like that, they need to be on 2 trains if it's going to be a busy day. I was about to say Revolution needs to be on 2 trains, but then realised that that's impossible. And I know that it's not as easy and as simple as just whacking on another train, but I feel like they should be like prepared for it to be busy. Like, it's opening weekend this weekend. I mean, the weather forecast is not great at all, so I feel like the Big One just isn't going to be open anyways. But they should be prepared for it to be busy, and if the Big One does possibly open, I feel like they should be prepared to put it on 2 trains. And same with like Infusion, and Big Dipper is usually on 2 trains. I can't remember, but I think Big Dipper was on 2 trains last opening weekend, if I remember correctly. So yeah, like, it would just be nice if they were sort of just prepared a little bit more. I feel like a lot more effort and a lot more work has gone into close season this season, so I feel like it probably won't be as much as of a disaster. I just feel like the weather is just going to ruin everything, but you know, we're not going to let that put a downer on the weekend. We're still going to have a good time, and hopefully it won't be such a disaster. But yeah, it would just be nice, like, if on off-peak days, if it is going to be a busy day, then it would be nice just to see coasters on 2 trains rather than just 1, if that's actually possible for them to do that. The next thing on my list is entry pass price should be dropped. I feel like £10 just for an entry pass is ridiculous. Like, it's an extortionate amount just to go in and walk around. And I know that you can get on, is it River Caves now you can get on? I'm pretty sure it is. You can get on River Caves, Pleasure Beach Express, you can go through the Chinese puzzle maze. Like, you can do quite a bit with the pass, but I just feel like £10, like, it's just very random how they've all of a sudden included River Caves. within the entry pass. Like, a lot of people get an entry pass because they don't want to ride the rides and they just like want to walk around, or they're like the bag holder. That's what my mum is. Like, she won't go on any of the rides. Like, she will not go on river caves. She's just the bag holder, and she likes just sort of sitting there and watching everything happen and watching people go by and stuff. So for her to have to pay £10 every single time she goes in just to hold our bags, I just feel like that's such an expensive price. Luckily she has a diamond pass. I got her one for Christmas, and I only had to pay £15 for it because I got it when it was on offer. But I feel like, you know, just £10, like, it's so expensive. And I feel like £10 isn't that expensive for other people, but you know, our family and myself, like, we all struggle with money and like income and stuff. Like, you know, we're not rich. Like, £10 is quite a lot of money to us, so to have to pay that amount just to walk around, I feel like it's just so extortionate. And I feel like it should definitely go back down to £6. Even £6, like, I feel like it shouldn't be any more than like a fiver. Like, I really don't. My next one is opening times. To be honest, there isn't much that can be changed with this one, and I do actually quite like Pleasure Beach's opening time, so I'm not going to go on about this for too long. But just stuff like extending their opening time sometimes, like on opening weekend, I feel like it should be like on the Saturday. I feel like 10 AM till 6 PM would be quite nice because it is just going to be so busy. And then on the Sunday, maybe like 10 until 5 or 11 until 6 or whatever. Just extend it a little bit more because it is just going to be so busy, and it's opening weekend, so everything's a little bit hectic anyways. I also think on their off-peak days, like school days and stuff, it's only 11 till 5. I feel like they should make it 10 until 5, because even though, yeah, it's not going to be busy, and I've been so many times on school days where it's just been absolutely dead, you still get to do everything within the 11 till 5 time scale, but it just would be nice if they could open like an hour earlier, because 11 till 5, like, it's such a short day, and it just feels like your time is getting so snatched away from you because it just goes so quick, 'cause it's only 6 hours. So I feel like 10 till 5 would be like quite nice for off-peak days, but I know that keeping the park open for longer costs money. They might not have the budget to do that, etc, etc. So, you know, there isn't much we can do about that. But to be honest, I'm quite happy with the opening times. They've extended their closing weekend this year, so that's really good. And like, they've moved it to the next weekend, so that's good. I'd also like to see late night riding events on a different day other than just Saturdays. I understand why they do it on Saturdays, because Saturday is like the most popular day throughout the week. It's, you know, it's when people decide they want to go to theme parks. It's the weekend, you know, people are going to go out on a Saturday. But I don't know, I think it would just be quite nice if they did it more in like half term maybe. Like, I don't see the point in them doing it on like school days and stuff, because nobody would go, and I feel like those 12-hour days, like, they take a lot of effort and a lot of work, so obviously there isn't any point in doing them on off-peak days. But I think it would be quite nice if they did them sometimes, maybe on like a Sunday, or like throughout half term, if they did one in like the middle of the week. I think that would be quite nice, instead of them always just being on a Saturday. Like, I don't know, it would just be nice to see. Okay, and my final one is, I think they should have more healthy food options. I have become a lot more healthier than I used to be, and I'm just a lot more aware of like what I'm eating, what's going into my body, etc, etc. I'm just a lot more of a healthy person than I was, say, even this time last year. Ever since sort of like September, October last year is when I really began to start thinking like, okay, I need to stop eating so much crap and actually eat healthy. And now, like, I feel like I'm quite a healthy person, and I like my healthy food, and I like doing exercise and blah blah blah. And I just feel like there isn't that many healthy options at Pleasure Beach, which is understandable because, you know, it's an amusement park. You know, it's not meant to be full of healthy food options. Like, you're allowed to treat yourself when you go on holiday, and that is definitely what I'm going to be doing this weekend. So RIP me. Pleasure Beach do have plenty of places that you can go and eat, but I feel like a lot of it is just like junk food. Like there isn't that many healthy options, and if it is a healthy option, it's something sort of really fancy and not really for me. When I say I'm healthy, I literally mean I eat like more salad and, you know, just more healthy stuff. Like I don't know how to explain it, but it would just be nice to see, like in FY4 it would be nice if they did like a salad option, or like where the infusion food places are, it would be nice if they did more healthy food around there. I know they've got the Coasters restaurant. Is it called the Coasters restaurant? I think so. And I feel like you could probably get some healthy options from there, but like when I'm at a theme park, like I don't want to spend a lot of my time eating. Like I'd rather just have like a kid's meal, try and eat it not that quick, because I'll probably like be sick if I eat it so quick, but you know, I try and eat it within like a reasonable amount of time so I can just get back on the rides. So I don't want to spend ages like eating my food and figuring out what food I'm gonna have, etc, etc. So yeah, it would just be nice if they had like a sort of quick service place that's just a bit more sort of healthy, I guess. I feel like a lot of people are not going to agree with me on that one, because you go to a theme park to, you know, eat junk food and be a bit naughty for that sort of time, but it would just be quite nice if they could just incorporate some more healthy options. So that is the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments if you agree with me on any of these things and what you guys would like to see change about Pleasure Beach within the next few years. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for day... what day? 4? Yeah, day 4 of Blackpool week. Bye. So no, I said that wrong. So the first one is that season pass holders my voice is gonna break. So the first change, I think, no, it's wrong. My next one is that speedy pass holders, speedy pass people, no, it would be quite nice to see them. I don't know where I was going with that. I have become such a, well, I mean, no, I'm exaggerating.
You knew